How you doing, guys? Professor EC with a tag video. I was gonna say another bladosophy, but no, it's not Sunday. Anyways, what we have here is the Red Horse Hellraiser, one of my favorite knives, and I bought this knife almost entirely because of Dirk Werning. And I also have to mention Jim Skelton. As I watched Dirk's video, I went back and also took a look at Skelton's video on this, which I hadn't seen. And man, do I love this knife. But anyways, I wanted to mention it because it was Dirk that tagged me, and that I have one of my favorite knives in my collection because of him. Now, I really appreciate what Dirk said about me. It is an honor, and I'm really very happy that he included me, that he tagged me, and just wanted to mention that. And if you are not subscribed to Dirk Werning, please stop the video and go and subscribe and watch his videos. He has wonderful content, very versatile content, going from very simple blades to very complex blades, and also watches. But anyways, I'd like to mention that as I go along with this tag video that came from Alex from the Knife Box channel, I'm going to be tagging along 5 other channels, and these channels are from people that I respect and that I watch and follow, and that they have been at some point or another, whether they were a big influence or that we are from about the same generation, and that I appreciate. So, without further ado, let's start. The first knife is the Spyderco Chaparral in CTSX HP. This is the lightweight version. It came very stiff, and the backlug was, the edges were pretty sharp, so I had to sand them down just a bit. And right now it's, I can, as you can see, Spidey flick it. But it took me, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to break it in. And opening and closing every day, and do all the tricks. But this is the knife that I have in my working desk, and as you know, or if you don't know, I also produce and sell leather strops, and so I cut all my leather with this knife, or most of my leather with this knife. And it's just wonderful. It really is a wonderful knife, with very thin stock and even thinner behind the edge. Great steel, great ergos, and this is something that I use almost every day, or every day. And with this knife, I'm going to tag another good friend that I've been also following and learning from for many years. And that would be Nicolas SHABAZZ. Yep, Nick SHABAZZ. I know he's busy and this is a long shot, but he also honored me with an interview that I was able to interview Nick. And if you haven't watched that interview, it's in my video list, so go and watch it. But anyways, Nicolas, you're tagged. You're up, my friend. So that's the Spyderco Chaparral. Next, it's going to be the Spyderco Dura. And no, this is not the K390. This is in VG10. I swapped the blades or the handles, and because I preferred the K390 in the camo, green camo handles, so I swapped them. But talking about the VG10, man, I am a steel nerd, as many of you, but VG10 is a great steel. This knife is my kitchen folder, and I use this knife every single day in the kitchen. It's wet, it's continuously wet, cutting from meat to vegetables to fruit to, you know, whatever I get in hand in the kitchen. And there isn't a single spot of rusting on it, and you know, the edge lasts, and when it's starting to lose part of the edge, you know, I strop it back with 7 strops per side, and that's it. That's all it needs to be shaving sharp again. So this is, for me at least, this is a wonderful blade steel, one of my favorites up to this day. And well, that's the Spyderco Dura in VG10. And with this knife I'm going to tag Outpost 76. Gerald, I'm very curious. I know he's busy as well, and these may be long shots, but you know, I'm just really curious to see what my friends have or they consider to be their 5 top user knives. And well, Gerald, tagged. If, by the way, Gerald is a very well known for steel testing. So if you don't know Gerald, go and subscribe to his channel, to all of these channels, all right? They each have their own gimmick and their own personality, and I really like the 5 channels that I'm about to mention. Next is, which one should I do next? This is in no particular order, but let's see, let's do the Doug Ritter RSK MK1G, I think. In 20 CV G10 with this sunburst pattern, contoured handles. This is the Griptilian Deluxe, as I mentioned in Spanish. This knife is so fantastic. You know, it has a pretty thick stock, blade stock, but it comes down, it tapers down to a very a pretty decent thin edge. And this is one of those knives that I use for everything. You know, if I go out into the field, which I used to do more often, well, every single day I used to, but I work, I do gardening with it, I do food prep, I open up boxes. This is one of those knives I take with me when I go buy leather and have to cut leather as well in the leather market. Here in Mexico, I live in a place that is known to be the leather capital of Mexico. So, and for my strops, this is something that I use continuously, and it's just fantastic. It's ergonomic, it's really comfy. The axis lock on this thing, I don't remember the name they gave to it, but anyways, I think it's even better executed than Benchmade's. And this is a knife that finds its way to my pocket very often. I gotta say that it was a bit difficult, apart from these two, because these two I use every day. That I had clear about this. But the rest of the knives, you know, I had to almost count the days that I may use some or the other, because I use most of my knives. 75–80% of my knives I use, and yeah, it was kind of tough, but very, very enjoyable. So with the Dirk Werning, I'm going to tag a person that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm kind of worried, and I just hope that he and his family are doing well, and that is Ben from Blade Banker. Hope you are doing well, brother, and hope you do the tag, and if you can't, don't worry. Just want to wish you the best and hope you and the family are doing well, Ben. So, Blade Banker tagged with the Dirk Werning. Next, a very versatile knife that has created some type of controversy as well, and that would be the Benchmade Bugout. Some people, either you love this knife or you just don't. And I'm one of those people who loves this knife. It's just light, it's ergonomic, just a great carry. S30V, what more can you ask for? Yeah, I know there are better steels, I know, but it's just a fantastic steel as well. This I took out into the field very often as well, as I would carry a fixed blade before COVID, and in the last job I had, I would carry a fixed blade every day, and my secondary blade was a folder, of course. But this was one of those that found its way to my pocket every single day or close to it. Love this knife. It's a tough, light, good sized knife, you know. Just really, really enjoy having this knife. And it has that fidget factor that, because of the lightness of the knife, it also makes it a bit more fidgety, you know. More enjoyable in that sense. Anyways, that's the Benchmade Bugout. Next would be, and I have to tag someone. I'm going to tag another great person from the YouTube world. You know, it's sometimes it's difficult to keep in touch with all the great people that we meet, and I really dislike that. But I'm going to take advantage of this video and to keep in touch with many people I appreciate, and that would be Justin from Tier 1 Gear Reviews. I've known Justin for a long time, and like I said, sometimes it's difficult to keep in touch, but Justin, you're up, man. And the last one would be my XM18, my Hinderer XM18. This is a Gen 4 XM18, and this was sent to me to give maintenance to and to use it for a review. And when I was about to send it back, the subscriber and a good friend of mine told me, hey, you know what? Keep it. It's a gift for you. And I was blown away by the generosity of this person. So, and this knife I have used to clean meat, and this knife is one of my favorite knives. This is the Spyderco version. This is one of one of my favorites to use in gardening, because you know that gardening is tough, and I very often have to stick the blade into the earth to cut roots of weeds and other plants. Of course, cut stems and just, well, you know what gardening is about. Even make holes with it. You know, if I don't have the tools at hand, I would use this to make a small hole to plant a small plant. Anyways, those would be the my five top user knives, and I will add an honorable mention, because I can't just leave without adding a knife, a fixed blade. And I used to carry them every day and use them every day, and I kind of miss those days, but very often I do carry a fixed blade, and the fixed blade I use the most is this Bark River Gunny in 3V, and I love my fixed blades, and I really love this this Bark River Gunny. It's just a perfect size for EDC, at least for me, and I just had to throw it out there and mention it. So there you have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I went over I think the time, but I'm just having fun with this, like Dirk mentioned. So thank you very much, Dirk, and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And you know, subscribe and all that thing. I never mentioned that, but anyways, please share, subscribe, and all those good things. Professor EDC out.